la 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 la. La da di da 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 di da 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 di da 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 da. La da di da da da. Taking a cold shower, taking a cold shower. La da di da 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 da. La da di da da da. Standing in the mirror, dancing in the shower, dancing in the shower, singing in the mirror, singing in the shower, dancing in the mirror, flower power hour, ice cold shower, feels real great. Wasn't getting enough views on my earlier videos of me in the showers. I figured I'd just make some more. I owe it to Wim Hof too. It's really good for pain and making shit get out your body that's trying to kill you. As you can see, it clears you out. And I constantly move around, and I spread the shower head around because it's more effective. I find that way. If you don't have like one of those big plunge ice bath things. And then basically, I'll put that on there and just be like, oh, Mike Tyson on! At the back, the elbows, like that. And the shoulders, let the ice cold water go on the brachial plexus nerves that travel from the right scapula through the right shoulder, across my chest, and then down my left arm. That's the main nerve that got damaged, that controls that, but it also affects the left scapula placement, so that they both were displaced when I had it. It was horrible. It was horrifically painful. And this is one of the few fucking things that's actually helping me all these years that I've had this. And I think I got about 2016. And it was extremely painful. It was misdiagnosed. I didn't know what was wrong until I got an MRI. And they put me in pain management and all this shit, and it didn't work. And so I just started doing the cold shower and yoga. And saying to myself, you gotta be careful. I'm doing my own physical therapy at home. It's people that didn't know to do these, just like looking up on the internet, because it's like a rare thing. It's also called Parsonage-Turner syndrome, and it's from a virus that makes your body send an autoimmune response to the cells in your back and the nerves. And so I ask everybody, who wouldn't want a vaccine to protect yourself against something like this? I was lifting 50-pound dumbbells over my head, three sets of 10 reps without even flinching. And now, years later, I'm working myself back up to that slowly with like 35, 45-pound dumbbells. And, I can't nearly do this as it's permanent nerve damage, and it kind of grows back if you do this. It's weird. It's like ever so slowly, the nerves do kind of grow back, and they have to spread a sheet and spiral back, and so you feel it spinning under your skin. The first couple of years were like something out of a science fiction movie, where I would feel like almost like if someone had some spaghetti and they were twirling it underneath my skin. It was so weird. You could see the nerves and the muscle fibers twitching and pulsating, and I'd be in pain, and I wouldn't know what to do. And they prescribed me any number of pharmaceutical medication. The only thing that worked was the CBD. That's it. And exercise and cold showers. And as you can see, I could stay in here for like an hour, but as Wim Hof said, 45 minutes an hour, it's really not necessary unless you just want to kind of chill and relax, you're trying to set records, because your body, for 15, 20 minutes is pretty good. 5-10 minutes I would say is the minimum, I was brought up, and going back through the journey, my grandmother just told me it's normal just to do that for a few minutes. And then when I was on the wrestling team, I was like, oh God, in 5th grade, we started taking cold showers and see who was the toughest who could stand it, I mean, really cold with like big, powerful water, really cold like this. And eventually it just got to the point where I guess everybody would kind of look at me like, well, it doesn't bother Ollie at all. Ollie used to stand there all day. And I was like, yeah, it just feels good, because in Germany, I got turned on to this geothermal spa where it like the hot water from the earth. I mean Yeah, geothermal means like, the earth is heating it from lava underneath the earth, makes the water hot, it heats it up, and the Germans would have you swim towards the middle of it where it gets super hot. All these little, indicators of all the mineral content and the temperature, and then say, oh, you have to go jump in the cold water, cold shower, and then go to even colder one, and then go back in the hot and then cold again. So, I mean, that's really good. I mean, sometimes it's nice, like, now I'll switch it back to warm water. Maybe, I forgot to put a little conditioner in my hair, so I'll put a little conditioner in there. I took a shower before I took my cold shower because I like to wash off all my nasty sweat and goo and slime and shit that I seem to wake up in almost every morning for some reason. And in doing so, it has like a healing effect on the body. And Native Americans have practiced this for centuries. I mean, thousands, and maybe human beings for millions of years. They knew the healing properties of water and steam, hot and cold, and how it can heal you, And so the Native Americans around here called this healing water area near White Pond. I can't forget the name, but I read it somewhere, and it was like a little a pilgrimage for a lot of people to come to certain places for bathing and healing purposes, because of the abundance of minerals, and in some instances geothermic activity. The water will draw out toxins in the body. And oftentimes salinity is used in combination, like in the salt mines in Austria, for healing purposes. So they would go in these salt baths, and crystals of salt, and they would sit and then go jump in the water. And it would like detoxify you, But even the steam itself on the rocks. Like when I went in Mexico and in Costa Rica, I found these ancient ruins that were steam baths with water having like worn away the rocks so much because of human use and continual bathing. It was so beautiful. I sat there and I poured some water over myself and it got really hot and it steamed on the rock. And I imagine in the Yucatan, that same spot I was at, someone doing that thousands of years ago, being like, wow, isn't this groovy? Look at that, it's hot, I'm in Mexico, and I can take a steam bath, and all of a sudden, you get this cold water from some ciote or some cold stream that they had irrigated from the mountains, Who knows if they could get ice from Colorado, too, I bet you they did, I wouldn't put it past ancient cultures to have done things that were far more advanced than we could even imagine, because it was all like lost into history, and the real genocide of that wasn't perpetrated by humans was perpetrated by viruses on humanity. A lot of almost 90% of the indigenous population was killed by viruses. That was brought over by the Europeans, by Spanish. And then there was a murder and genocide of all the culture and the icons and effigies and the art. I found that when I went to the Guggenheim, I saw one of the lost treasures of the Maya that wasn't destroyed by the Spanish to look so completely mind-blowing. All terracotta, gold leaf jewelry, and like massive sculptures. I found it to be completely as if I was on another planet, interacting with beings from outer space. I mean, these people must have obviously had some kind of contact with some shit that was extraterrestrial. I have no doubt in my mind that they were interacting with some beings that were not of this world. And they depicted it in their artwork. And you can be more fucking obvious. That shit is not human. Anyway. Can't say the fucking shout all day. Thank you for watching my video. Namaste. I'm souped all day. Hey.